the Wolverines will kick this away to get us going here. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. The Buckeyes offense is going to get the chance to start this game off. And here we go, Wolverines and Buckeyes. Everything that's gone into this game for 365 days is about to play out right now, Kirk.
And there's just something right? When you look out on that field and you see the colors on the field competing against each other. Maize and blue and scarlet and gray. Let's see what happens.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. It's a run to the left. Tackled right at the 30. Good enough to move the sticks.
You know, Chris, what a great run here. You think about Ohio State, you think lately about those NFL-ready wide receivers. But we all know it starts with their running games, all those great backs they've had over the years.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground? And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Now, the last time they played, it was Ohio State making the plays, Kurt, in the crucial moments. It was a painful, tight loss for Michigan.
Yeah, it was a game that kind of went back and forth until Ohio State, as you said, in those final few minutes, made the right plays to be able to win the game. And now we get a chance to see the next chapter between these two great rivals.
That game sets up a third down play. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Tackle is made, but that's good for a first down at the 47.
That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big third down conversion. Offensive line did their job, giving a quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. And now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39.
One way to create a rhythm and really start to show your identity as an offense is to control the line of scrimmage. The offensive line here early getting a hat on a hat, and this back, as good as we've seen all year, with the ability to accelerate through the hole, positive yards, play after play here early.
Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack.
Well, how about the push up front by the big fellas here? And when you can get pressure like this, that's what separates good defenses from great defenses. And you think back to the Michigan teams, when they've been exceptional, they've had defensive line play just like that.
Oh, and he dropped it over the middle and some traffic there. Now brings up third down. Well, for many, this is the quintessential college football rivalry. It combines tradition, high intensity, and very often high stakes.
Yeah, Chris, I really think the rivalry has changed over the years. Guys in my era would tell you it was a game that was the most heated but the most respected because of the way you were recruited by both schools. There was the Woody, there was the Bo influence on the rivalry. But I think in the new social media era, I think it's more about hatred for the two schools. From both sides, it's just a different feel. We'll feel that today when these teams go at it.
There's a wide-open receiver complete.
The defense does a nice job of forcing the quarterback here to be patient by playing zone. You run a crossing route. Defense is there, but not able to break up the catch.
The Buckeyes with first. Here's the handoff. The gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
And they finally stopped him, but a decent gain that time.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
And they pick up the first on the ground. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get them to third down. They load up the line of scrimmage. But they could not deny this back at coming up with that conversion.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Ball carrier tackled there.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line. These are tough yards to come by. Positive yards. Good push inside there by that offensive line.
Tailback tests the middle of the defense. And he'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about third down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here. Whether they run it or throw it, you get a stop here, and maybe you hold them to 3 points.
Third and goal, they'll try to run it in. Solid tackle, able to get him down.
Here we go, Chris. Early in the game, opening drive. This is a big decision and really an opportunity to send a message for this offense. Do you go for this close to the goal line and make that statement, or do you settle for 3?
So their first drive of the game, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Aggressive start. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State.
What an opening drive by this offense, and especially this running back. Every single time they gave him the ball, he's getting positive yards behind that big offensive line. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, you better make some adjustments and do it in a hurry. You got to get more guys committed to the line of scrimmage to stop this run game.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Kickoff team is on the field to move this one away. And this won't be returnable out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Wolverines offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. And each team is led by a linebacker who lines up in the middle, makes plays, and just commands the defense.
Yeah, when you take a look at the identity of these defenses, it really starts with the 2 of these guys. Their makeup as players is threaded into the DNA of the defense, and as they go, so does the defense.
On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
The Wolverines looking to keep this drive rolling.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Hoare. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Breaks free. Can't find anybody on third down, throws it away, and now fourth down coming up. The Wolverines will bring their punt team onto the field. That's the first punt today for the offense. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Coverage team brings down the returner. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The last possession was a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive. Can the defense come up with answers this time? That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. Well, Kirk, Ohio State has the lead here after one. Let's check out the stats now for the opening period. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They finally get him, but it's across midfield. Big gain to the 33.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s, and of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave.
Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
Quick throw to the left side. The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball could be going the other way.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up fourth down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback. And
he's swarmed by the pass rush, a sack to end this drive.
That's really good coverage downfield, and it just looked like the quarterback was waiting and waiting and waiting a little bit too long. By the time he decides to try to make a throw, nothing's open. And the result is a sack and a turnover on downs.
Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Tackle, but first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down.
Pass caught. Can he get in? Touchdown, Michigan. It was a foot race and he won it. Well, a touchdown to a wide open man. Kirk, what in the world was going on the defensive side of that one?
What was the defense thinking here? You can't let a player roam free like that. They just completely forgot about him and gifted him a touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start the 25. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Remember, last last time. They went for it on 4th down and got stopped, and the opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, another great throw and catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known of 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardale Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. Just another great quarterback that we're watching here today for the Buckeyes.
He hands it off from the gun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. He flips it to the back across the middle and moves the ball to the 35, and another 1st down. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. The Buckeyes are looking to keep this drive going. Handoff to the single back. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Tackle made after just a short game. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. And the receivers got it. He shreds the tackle.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the 1st down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
They've converted 1 of their 2 4th down attempts so far. Looks like we're going to get a 3rd attempt right here. Here comes a handoff. He's not going to get there. The defense rises. A huge 4th down stop. So hang on here. We've got a timeout as the coach wants the officials to take another look. He thinks he might have a shot at getting this overturned. So not what the coach was hoping to hear. Took a chance with the timeout to get the replay. We'll see if burning that timeout is costly down the road. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They punch it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him this time. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
Man, the back gets a lot of the attention here. I mean, he's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down. And the Wolverines line up on 1st and 10 now. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. The downfield shot is caught, but receiver was out of bounds. Incomplete.
Well, the offensive coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, or maybe in the 2nd half.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Dump off caught by the running back. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
How about the discipline of this defense here on 2nd down? You're anticipating a pass. They've got pretty much everybody covered. And then once the back has the ball, how about the speed to be able to bring him?
The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
I like how this defense is bringing pressure from all over the field, and that's the key in putting together a good defensive strategy. On this play, it came from the outside linebacker, and he gets to the quarterback.
Out comes the field goal team to give it a shot. This is a long way out. The kicker has good range, but this one is from 58 yards out. And he's got it from 58 yards away. Never in doubt.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Looking to throw it on first down. And looking for a big play here. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Looked like a total bust there. Easy pitch and catch like you'd see in a Tuesday practice.
Yeah, that quarterback's eyes must have lit up on that play because you've got one of your players way downfield without any defender around him.
So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. Michigan offense back out on the field. Backed up this close to the red zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of their football and look toward the second half. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Incomplete. Second down coming up. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. He's moving out of the pocket. He's looking to scramble. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
Well, defense does a nice job of pressuring the quarterback. I'll tell you what, that's a heck of an effort by this guy just to be able to get back close to the line of scrimmage.
A tough situation with the offense. Third and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Drop him back. We're going to throw for the first down. And he pulls in the catch. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Wolverines. Strong game by this quarterback.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
PAT puts him up 3. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining, and he lofts it toward the sideline. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on first down, but missed it. Important second down play coming up. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Cannot escape it. Down he goes.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or Maybe.
And he lofts it deep over the middle. And it falls incomplete. They tried for a huge gain there, but that's it for this period. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Buckeyes will kick this away to get the second half going. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. And he stopped at the... by the coverage team. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. Here's the first play of the drive now to begin at the 19. First play of the second half is a handoff. And they'll tackle him about the 23-yard line.
This is exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The Wolverines looking to crank up the tempo a bit. That'll put him over 150 yards today. Kirk, he is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Catch made along the sideline, but he's short of the sticks.
Well, it's a great catch near the sideline and does a good job of getting that foot down to secure the catch.
On third down, he drops to throw. And is intercepted. Not much room in that return. Tackled at the 16, but an important takeaway for this defense.
Chris, if you're going to make that throw, that's called a two ball. That means it's got to be on a line. Here he puts it way up in the air and allows the defender to come over and make a play on the ball. Great job by the defense.
Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Last time out there, they got stopped on 4th down, but it didn't cost them anything. Let's see what the mindset is here. They're going to run it here. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Catch made just enough for first down. And your head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down. It's a 1st and 10 play. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Receiver makes the catch. They've got him, but not before making first down yards. They'll move the ball to the 41. The Buckeyes are on the move here. Play action here on 1st down. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Breaks loose at the 45. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
The Buckeyes will line up on 1st and 10. They'll feed the back again. Not much on that play, brought down short.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held them just for 2 yards. Just to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Running back grabs it on a screen. And he never had a chance tackled in the backfield. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Quick throw complete to the tight end. Completion gains about 6 yards, but now it's a 4th down call. Buckeyes hustle to the line to run the hurry up. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And he finds his target. He has the first. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And the long drive continues. The offense pushing the ball down the field. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And that run produces a decent gain.
I'll take that every... Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Takes the ball, tries the right side here. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
On third and short, they hand the ball off. The Buckeyes pick up enough yardage for a first down.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back threw just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
Takes the handoff and tests the left side. And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the third quarter. And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. And here's the handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain. An important third down conversion coming here in the red zone. Quarterback in the shotgun here on third down. He's got it near the end zone. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's getting fourth down and inches.
Well, a quick short throw here, not able to convert for the first down. You'd love to see that route maybe a little bit deeper to give yourself a better chance, but they come up a little bit short. So now it's decision-making time for the coach. I'd be shocked if they didn't go for it.
First and goal. Can the offense punch it in and claim the lead here in the fourth quarter? And they're trying to punch it in here. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they'll claim the fourth quarter lead.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the fourth quarter to give them the lead.
PAT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. This one is not returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. First down here for this offense. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. The pocket breaking down. Here's a throw underneath to the back. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after this.
Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
He's looking deep here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. They bring him down. An explosive play through this offense through the air.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Finding space at the 20. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. The Wolverines pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. And they claim the lead here in the final quarter.
What a great call here by the offensive coordinator to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly. And even though you're close to the end zone, you can still throw it and use the timing to your advantage. Allow this receiver to be able to walk into the end zone.
Point after, knocked right through. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And he's brought down after a solid effort on that return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. On first down, it's play action. Looking for the wideout. Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. Steps out of bounds after a huge pickup, but hang on. There is a penalty marker on the play. This one might be coming back. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Play action fake. Looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. Tackle made after a big gain.
Once you can establish the run game, the play action is so effective. Those linebackers' eyes get caught up on the run. You pull the ball, and you've got open targets behind him. It's a great example of using the run game to set up your play action.
They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring second and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Less than a yard to go as they come to the line on second down. Offense looking to throw the ball. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
The Buckeyes begin a new series here, 1st and 10. And now the handoff. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Second down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. And we've reached the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to steal a late game comeback victory. Same tailback, another carry. He's swallowed up at the line, could not get past that big defensive tackle.
Well, this offense has really been moving the ball at will on this drive. And a nice job here on this defense to finally come up and make a nice play for no gain.
Third down. They don't gain anything from here. It's a 51-yard field goal try. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Heads out of bounds after running for the first down to keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense. A new set of downs after that completion. And the single back takes the handoff.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. The tight end has got it. They're finally able to stop it. The quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference.
Man, give the defense a lot of credit. You're taking away the elite receiver. That primary target forces the quarterback to find a second or third option. He gets positive yards, but anytime you can take away the big play late in the game, it's going to help you be able to secure victory.
And that's incomplete. Just 8 seconds remaining now.
Just missed his intended receiver on that 3rd and short. The offense is now going to have to settle for 3 points here in such a close game in the 4th quarter.
So here we go. One of the biggest moments of this game. The field goal unit is out there for a pressure kick. And a timeout stops the clock with 8 seconds remaining. So a chance to tie the game here in the final minute of play. So on 4th down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. And he knocks that one right through. And that ties the score now in the final seconds.
Man, I'll tell you, life of a kicker. This guy's not been called on the entire game. Probably cold as ice on the sideline. But when it matters, he's hot as a stove when his number's called.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. They'll return it from inside the 5. And the returner brought down by the coverage team now. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football. So tied up after regulation, we go to overtime. Remember, in college football, it's dueling possessions. In the second overtime, if we get there, you have to go for 2 points if you score a touchdown. And the third overtime here just becomes a series of 2-point tries.
And I know that's your favorite, to see if we can get to that third series of these overtimes. I love extra football, so I'm looking forward to this. Let's see who's going to win it.
Here comes our first play of overtime. Hands off to the left. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
I like that you trust your running back and you're still trying to run the football. You got to be careful. You get into overtime, this defense is thinking not just stop this runner, but try to rip that ball out as well.
Ball handed off. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Handoff heading left. It's a touchdown as they jump on top here in overtime.
And that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a third or a fourth later today.
And now the extra point to make this a 7-point game in overtime. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Gets rid of it on the move. Catch made across the middle by the running back. The tackle is made just a short gain after the completion. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. So a challenging third down play. They need a first down or a touchdown to keep this game going. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Defense is coming after him. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a fourth down stop. In these overtime games, Kirk, it just comes down to execution in the moment. Who can make one more big play? They did it. They come up with a signature W.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. I think this likely will end up being one of the best games, not only for them, but maybe in all of college football for the season. To me, it felt like an instant classic and one that fans should remember for a long time.